Summertime in Japan. You know it's arrived when the cicadas start to sing, and being outside feels like breathing and living in hot soup. Going outside means hiding in the shade, so hats and parasols are a welcome accessory. But even in the shade, you can't escape the humidity. This Tokyo Tours is the Summertime Special Edition. We'll be exploring one of Tokyo's best-kept secrets for beating the summer heat, enjoying traditional Japanese cool treats, as well as modern, and sharing some tips on how to beat the heat, Japan style. The summertime in Japan is just sweltering, so having a go-to cooling drink is a delightful way to combat it. Allow me to introduce you to the lemon sour, a wildly popular Japanese cocktail. It's refreshing, light, and perfect for the summertime. It's basically an adult lemonade. It's available at every izakaya in Japan, but if you'd like to make it at home, here's my recipe. Juice half a lemon and pour it into a tall glass. Add a few more slices of lemon. I like to add mint, but that's not the norm in Japan. If you need sugar, now's the time to stir it in. Fill your cup with ice. And now the key, shochu. While sake is a brewed liquor, shochu is a distilled liquor. That puts it in the same category as gin, vodka, rum, and tequila, which makes it great for cold cocktails. It can be made with many different ingredients, like with barley or sweet potato. Add 1 or 2 shots of shochu. Then top off the glass with soda water. Give it a gentle stir to not destroy the fizz. And top with another lemon, why not? Leave out the shochu and replace it with a sweetener for a non-alcoholic fizzy lemonade. And if all this is too much work for you in the sweltering heat, you can just walk into any konbini in Japan and pick out one of the many ready-to-drink cans of lemon sour. This one is my personal favorite. Oh yes, summertime in Japan, a very challenging situation. I'm currently in my apartment in Tokyo. I'm on my balcony and I have installed like a UV light protecting sheet so that it's not as hot where I am, and it's still 42 degrees Celsius on my balcony. That's like over 107 degrees Fahrenheit for y'all Americans. And when I say that it's hot, it is not just the temperature, the heat part. This isn't even registering the humidity. It's the humidity that kills you. Imagine going into a shower and being like, oh, the temperature's okay, but I am getting wet. That's what it's like being in Japan in the summertime. You're hot and you're wet in weird places, just elbow creaks and sides of your nose. I've had sunglasses on that caused them to steam up before, and I'm like, where's the steam coming from? Are my eyeballs sweating? The point of all this is to say that majority of people living in Japan will avoid going out during the afternoon times if they can. They usually go out exclusively in the evening. But let's say you're on vacation and you're visiting Japan, you have a really short window. You don't want to waste any day. Well, I would recommend in the summertime to try to do some indoor activities like visiting a museum or maybe a contemporary art gallery, things with lots of air conditioning. But if you do want to get out, here are a couple of things that would drag me out of the house. And by drag me out of the house, I mean other Martina, because I'm gonna stay here. I'm quite comfy, you know, like I have my lemon sour. I'm reading my magazine about ice cream and tropical ocean places in Japan. I'm not gonna be going out until the evening. So good luck, other Martina. Godspeed, good luck. May you have many oshiburis. May your deodorant be strong. May the fans always blow in your direction. Ah yes, look at me out in the wilderness, toasting in the sunlight. Luckily I have this ginormous hat to protect me. Well, welcome to Todoroki Station. It is an absolutely adorable station, one of my favorites. It just looks really cute and quaint, and it reminds me of old school Harajuku Station, which has now totally changed. Todoroki Station is around 20 minutes from Shibuya by train, and from the street, it seems like a normal Tokyo suburb. But you'll notice all these little red bridge signs. They will lead you to a delightful, nature-filled oasis only 2 minutes away from the station. So when you leave the station, you want to be looking for the grocery store on your right-hand side, and on the left side, there's a blue and white Lawson's. That means you're on the right path. We're going to keep going and hang a right around the giant tree. All the sounds of Japanese summer. The cicadas, the crows. There are so many sounds that I'm competing with right now, but we have finally arrived at Todoroki Valley, and it is so much cooler. That's why I wanted to take you guys here. There's a temperature gauge that they set up to show you what the temperature is like up here and what the temperature is like in the actual valley. Keep in mind, this temperature does not reflect how hot it feels with the additional humidity, which brought today's temperature up to 38 degrees Celsius, just over 100 Fahrenheit. I can say something that I've always wanted to say. This place feels very prehistoric. It looks like something you'd see out of a movie, a particular movie. So now I can finally do the welcome to Jurassic Park. The mosquitoes do rove in packs. Okay, so one of the things that I love about Todoroki Valley, besides that it is literally cooler, as in like the temperature is cooler, it has this feeling like, I know anyone that's like a geology major or geography major is gonna be like, duh, Martina, but the feeling is like there was Tokyo and then there was like a fissure that just like split apart, which is probably the definition of a valley. But the stuff in here, like the life, like the fish and the trees and the insects, all kind of look really different than the stuff you'd see above ground. So it's like two different worlds. That's why I'm bringing up the whole Jurassic Park thing. It definitely has like a prehistoric feeling to it. So a couple of words to the wise before you come here. Make sure you wear practical shoes. This is not a paved path. Sometimes you're walking on like little wooden planks. It feels very giddy, like are we allowed to be here? But you are allowed to be here. So don't wear heels, don't wear anything where like the little peg will get kind of caught. Sometimes it can be a bit moist, I dare say it, so you might get like a little bit of mud, so maybe don't wear your white shoes. Damn it. And also, it's not very accessible. So if you're in a wheelchair, unfortunately, it would be quite hard to get down here and to even move around. If you require another walking aid, like maybe a cane, I'd recommend the rugged ones that have like the bigger stems or the 4-point prongs, because it does get quite narrow. You're gonna see what I mean, and you gotta kind of pass by people and let people by. It really feels like a little mini adventure. Also, look at how disgusting I am. Why would I wear this color? Why would I not stay at home on my balcony enjoying lemon sours? What's wrong with me? Ooh, that is fresh and tasty. Why would I do this? You know, on the internet forever? Oh, Martina's so sweaty, did you see? Oh my God, I did. She's all sweaty and disgusting. What'd I do for you guys? It's because I love you guys. Ooh. Wee. With the humidity being so intense during the summertime, you'll wish you had a towel to mop up all your sweat. Well, you're in luck, because Japan sells tiny handkerchief-sized towels just for dabbing sweat and drying your hands. It's a common item. You'll see plenty of people dabbing their faces at train stations with all types of cute towel prints. I recommend stopping at the Conveni Family Mart to grab a trendy FamiMart convenience wear print. These towels are high-quality imabari towels made in Ehime, and they cost less than $5. If you're feeling really retro, maybe grab yourself a headband. This is my jam. I think I should get one for today. No, it doesn't really match. Or does it? No. Wee. The air is noticeably cooler down here, and the rushing water, greenery, and singing birds makes you forget that you're still in Tokyo. The trail itself is around 1 kilometer, or about half a mile, and it takes an easy 20 to 30 minutes to walk the whole thing. Ooh, what's this? A bench, you say? Why don't we just have a seat? I would be careful if I was you. Make sure you check everything before you sit, because I can see a ginormous spider here doing his thing, and if you sat down here with your hair in the back, you get like a little cotton candy tangle of like spider web, and yeah, you may not like that. It's not like they're gonna hurt you, but just really keep your eyes peeled before you sit on a bench. Nature is here, people. Nature is here. This is real. This is gritty. This is sweaty. So when you reach the end of Todoroki Valley, there is just a delightful surprise waiting for you. This amazing waterfall with these dragons. Apparently, people come here and they stand out underneath the waterfall for like aesthetic reasons, and they let the water fall on their heads. I'm not making this up. It's like kind of like a meditative thing. And above us, you have to go all the way up these stairs with these very like Spirited Away-esque little tiny lantern houses that are lit. There's going to be Todoroki Fudosan Temple. I will leave that to you to go adventure. What I'm interested in is this delightful cafe to the right of me, which serves kakigori in the summertime and warm red bean soup with mochi in the wintertime. I think I deserve something cold and icy. Nestled amongst the greenery, with the waterfall as your background music, is Setsugetsuka. You can sit outside and gaze upon the koi fish in the pond nearby, or you can head indoors and overlook the river wrapping around the cafe while indulging in their sweet, sweet air conditioning. They've modernized the cafe, and they have a vending machine that's available in English and Japanese. There are 5 types of kakigori to choose from. 2 are the simple kind, and 3 are more specialty. I go for the Uji Kintoki green tea kakigori. We've got little dumplings at the bottom there, and we have some red bean paste hiding, and also condensed milk. Now this is a super traditional kakigori. Nowadays you can go to so many different like fancy dessert shops that do it many, many different ways, but this is like the OG way. I would even say this might be a little bit like the granny way, because most of the kids would be getting like strawberry or lemon, but the bounciness of the mochi and the red bean, it's sweet. It's not like a savory kind of bean. It's a sweet bean. It's just fantastic. Now I am gonna have to just go ahead and start eating this because it is disintegrating on itself as we speak. The shaved ice is fluffy, not rough on your tongue, and the layers of green tea are balanced out by sweet and silky condensed milk. The little round balls are mochi, but a special kind called shira tamadango. They're made from short-grain glutinous rice flour, making them smooth and bouncy to bite into. It's like a cool marshmallow without the intense sugar hit. The anko, the red bean paste, has a nutty sweetness that isn't cloying, and the soft sweet beans bring out a lovely chewy texture as the shaved ice melts into a cool tea. So refreshing after this hot, humid adventure, and just the recharge I needed before heading to our next location. Oh, and don't be afraid to drink that delicious tea at the bottom.
Wee.
While I normally advocate for walking between train stations and exploring the back alleys, the Japanese summer is not the time to be strolling around outside unless you're really into heat stroke. Plus, the summertime is the perfect time to enjoy Tokyo's transit system, since it's air-conditioned to the max. It's so cold that some of the trains even have special warmer carts. It's usually the first and second cart. They're slightly less cold. So here's a tip. If you find yourself in a strangely warm cart and you don't want to be, it's totally acceptable to walk through the cars and into another one. Another tip for beating the heat: get yourself a small electric fan. Tons of people use them. Mine looks like a camera. Totally awesome, right? Or, if you'd like to kick an old school, get yourself an uchiwa, a paper or plastic fan. You can give yourself some dope Beyonce hair, which everyone loves Beyonce hair. And you can close it like this. Awesome. The train system in Japan is so well connected, it makes it easy to hop between prefectures while avoiding the sweaty outdoors. We're leaving Tokyo and crossing the Tama River into Kanagawa Prefecture. And I love the view from the window as I get snapshots and peeks into suburbs and busy hubs. We've arrived at Shin Mariko Station. Honestly, it's not a trendy tourist hotspot, but I've discovered several hidden gems and enjoyed exploring this neighborhood thoroughly. But alas, we can only pick one for today, so we're going back in time to the 1950s as we indulge in Big Baby ice cream. That's right, I'm having ice cream after ice cream, because I'm an adult. The shop is clean and simple looking, but clearly well designed. The ice cream display is no fuss, and the white uniforms and counter seats smack of the 1950s soda shop era. But it isn't just a concept. Their handmade small batch ice creams are original and legit delicious. Waffle cone. Hi. Melon gorgonzola. Hi. To salt caramel pretzel. Onegaishimasu.
Oh yeah, look at that waffle cone. There's something about an ice cream scoop that's just, dare I say, sexy. Oh, look at that perfect ball of ice cream rolling up. Ooh, it fits in just right. Am I getting another one on top of this? That's right, I am. Look at how smooth and perfect that ball is, nestled on top of the other one. Very naughty. What's this? A scrunch of black pepper on top of my ice cream. I can't wait to lick this all over. Oh my God, there's other people around.
Welcome to Big Baby Ice Cream. This place is a magnificent. Of course I have been here before. That's why I'm here at Shin Mariko Eki. They have really original flavors. Super duper creamy. It's not icy. It just feels like real ice cream. And this month I lucked out. Basically, as I stalked them on Instagram, they have done a gorgonzola melon ice cream. So we've got melon and gorgonzola like cheese coming together. And underneath it, we have salted caramel pretzel, equipped with a pretzel and pieces of caramel and pretzel inside. Here we go. Am I supposed to take it out of the cone paper? I don't know. Look at how creamy that is. Beautifully churned. First bite. Oh, I'm so upset right now. I wish I didn't try this because now I'm gonna crave this and not be able to ever have it. Oh my gosh, the first thing that hits you is the melon, and then the back of your tongue, you get smacked with like that gorgonzola blue cheese flavor. And I know some of you guys might be like, blue cheese ice cream? Yes. Oh yes. Oh my gosh, it's like having a dessert cheese, really. Like if you've ever had cheese with honey on top of it, it's just so good. Mmm. Oh my goodness. Mm. Now you might be thinking, melon and gorgonzola, what an odd combination. But in this case, it's an ode to a Japanese classic, the melon soda float, which is usually a kid's drink because it's super sweet melon soda with a scoop of cheap vanilla ice cream. This is kind of like the adult version of it, or maybe the adult version, because it's so good and so naughty. And of course, the cameraman got his own ice cream. I'm not a monster. I hope I gave you some ideas of where you can chill and eat in Tokyo when the heat turns up. I put Google Map links to all these locations in the YouTube info box. And if you like what I'm creating, please consider supporting the King Kogi channel by joining the memberships on YouTube or Patreon, and you'll receive extra monthly perks, such as translated Japanese menus, secret Google Map locations, wallpapers for your phone, and my King Kogi members only radio playlist, to name a few. Well, I'm off to shower again, and to prepare for next month's Tokyo tours. See you then. All right, my drink is melting. I'm going inside. Freak this noise. Come on, air conditioning. Ugh. Mama needs air conditioning.